northwest of Prescott. Good evening, everyone. Nearly 1,000 acres have already been blackened.
High winds and tough terrain have made this second big wildfire of the season a nasty one for hundreds of firefighters. But a nearly constant barrage of helicopter water drops seems to be making the difference. Jay DeDapper joins us now from Granite Basin Lake near Prescott, and he has the latest for us. Jay?
Heidi, we're just a couple miles from the fire line here, and this is the spot where 3 helicopters have been working nearly nonstop all day long, dropping huge buckets into the water, filling them up, and then flying over towards the fire. Now, with aerial spraying from airplanes, they can stop the fire lines, but these helicopters can pinpoint hot spots with great accuracy, and that's just what the doctor ordered for this place.
Pretty good. The wind's gonna show whatever's hot, though. The lines are holding. They got, you know, it was a wind-driven fire, so that north end spotted out pretty bad. But it's looking pretty good right now.
Helicopters have tipped the balance, dipping 250-gallon buckets hanging from below. Choppers have been able to hit the hot spots quickly. What is so important about the helicopters in this fire?
They're almost indispensable. With boulders the way they are, it would take twice as long, maybe 3 times as long to get this fire out without them.
Boulders are strewn across this land, leaving cracks and crevices that can hide embers and hot spots. So even though there isn't as much fuel to burn as in a forest, once the fire starts, it's tougher to put out. High winds haven't helped matters.
We were predicting up to 35 miles an hour winds, and we haven't got to that yet. We've had gusts of that, but it hasn't really been to that. But it looks like it's picking up now.
Thanks to fire retardant sprayed yesterday, the fire is largely within the lines. But at these summer cabins just 2 miles from the blaze, fire crews have laid hoses just in case. And that has eased the minds of the only full-time residents here.
We feel fine now. We're fine. We didn't sleep well last night, but we're doing fine. We're okay. We love it here, so take a lot to get us out.
There are an awful lot of these helicopters flying in and out. This is occurring right now. This is only 2 helicopters up right now. They'll be going until dark. Probably some helicopter drops tomorrow also. This has been going on all day. Now, on the ground, there are a lot of firefighters. In fact, there are 350 firefighters. Dan Davis was with a few of them. There are a couple dozen from a state penitentiary. A little bit different, Dan.
Yeah, exactly, Jay. Right now, we're up in the helicopter where we get a much better sense of just what a huge area those firefighters have to work in. Well, we did spend the morning down on the fire line with 18 state prison inmates, and I can tell you that they are doing a heck of a job.
How's that down there, Creel?
I got few hot spots right here.
Fighting wildfires on the ground is some of the toughest, dirtiest, and exhausting work anyone can do. It's also dangerous with flames in your face and tons of water being dumped right next to you. But these inmates from the Perryville prison have more than held their own since coming on the fire last night.
You got flames on all sides of you, and then there's, you know, the debris falling, and basically just your safety that you really have to be careful of.
Well, there's a hot spot down there, and basically what it is just the roots that are underneath the ground that are burning.
Using inmates to fight wildfires has been done for years in other states, but it's relatively new in Arizona.
Man, I've done 18 years in prison, and this is the only time, this is the only program, this is the only time I've ever done anything constructive. So, you know, I got nothing but, you know, this is the best program that ever happened for me or for anybody else that I've seen.
And it does get them out from behind those prison walls. But it also gives them a taste of the outside world that they'll all have to face in just a few years. But only a few make the cut.
Well, I'll tell you, Dan, we have quite a process as far as hiring these individuals and putting them out on the fire. Most of these guys are within 2 to 4 years of earliest release date, have been well-behaved, very productive, not a problem for the institution or otherwise.
All right, we'll see you later.
And those state prison inmates are making the top pay scale for a state prison inmate, which, Heidi, is 50 cents an hour.
But Dan, are these guys trained to do this kind of work, or what do they have to go through, obviously, to handle this kind of job?
Yeah, absolutely they've been trained. They certainly haven't just been tossed out there and said, fight the fire. They've gone through about 24 hours of classes. They've had to pass both written tests and oral tests, and basically have gone through the same training that all the other guys out there have gone through to get to this point.
Great resource for workers. Thank you.
Ricky, comprehend thousands of acres scorched, hundreds